Hello everyone. So in this lecture we see what is the computed we have in our Vue. So let's see how the computed work in a Vue, and we also see some example for the same. Okay, so as you can see some HTML code written here. So I have written to a box, HTML box, and one output here. So whatever we can see the output whatever we are getting here inside here. Okay, so we use the two input box and use the B model. B model is 2-way data binding. So whatever the your input in the input, we will get the actual value in the variable here defined. So we see B model in some lecture and we discuss how the work is that, but just for the now you can understand B model is a 2-way data binding. So we use here, so we can take the value from the input. Okay, so we have to use the computed here. So computed is similar to the mostly similar to the method, but it execute when its dependency get change. Okay, we have some dependency inside the computed. Whenever that will get changed, it will execute. Okay, so how we write computed, first important thing. So as method we defined here, same like we have another key, another option we call computed. Here we have to just call like method in object, and inside here you can write multiple computed as per your requirement. So what we do here, so if you see I will write some input, then we see the example, we can see the output whatever we writing here we can see here. Okay, because we did the output here, first name and we are concatenating, and we are just first name and last name we are concatenating here. Okay, cool. So we written everything in the HTML, that is not a good practice. Okay, so what we need to write this thing in a computed, and we can show the output here. So whenever the first name and last name get changed, the computed will execute and show the output in a web page. Let's start. Suppose we have to display the full name, so let's call full name. It's defined like method itself. So we just call, and we have to just return this dot first name and just concat as we are just displaying, and just put the space here, this dot last name, and just give the semicolon and save it. And this is computed we just defined here. Now we have to call the full name in output. The same as a variable, you have to just put in the string interpolation as the full name. We do not need to call like function and method. Okay, so since everything is okay, let's test it is working or not. So let's put the name. Yes, it is working fine. Means what happening now, the we are taking value here and we are just computing here, and we are displaying in the DOM. So whenever we are changing anything here, this will get execute. Okay, so suppose we want it will execute when the first and last column has the value. So let's put some condition here like this dot first name is equal to empty, or this dot last name is equal to empty. In that case we have to return nothing. Okay, and if it seems not okay, then in that case we'll return this. So let's save it and let's test it. Okay, I am just putting B cannot see any input because last name has no value. Let's put in a last name and see what happening. Okay, B can see the input, so it's working fine. So this is the way we can use the computer. We have another option, like you have you have some class which dependent on some variable on a chain. Suppose let's test it, so you will get idea. Suppose we have a class active, so and whenever the we have a one variable active, so whenever it's false, we show non-active class, and whenever it's a true, we have to show the active class. So let's create a computer here. Is active. Okay, so if this dot active, whenever it's a true, we have to return active, otherwise we have to return non active, something like that, it depends upon you. So let's use this here. So as we already see, we have to bind the attribute to show our computed property here, computed value here. So we know we have a value, we have property in the view. Just save it. We binded the class and we just throw the is active in the class. So let's inspect first, see if it's false, then what is seeing. So as we can see here is non-active is coming. So let's make it true and then see what value is coming there. Let's just true and just inspect it, and we can see the active class. So this is the way how computed work in a Vue. So please test with different scenario and understand how the computed work. Thank you for the watching. Please like the video and subscribe.